I got a chance to talk with Mr. Sandeep Maheshwari. He is a renowned motivational speaker, entrepreneur, and mindset mentor of many people, that's including me. He is based in India with almost 20 million subscribers on YouTube. I was so excited to chat with him after waiting for months. Finally, it was my turn. And on his channel, he posted a video, Fear of COVID, but it was only voice recording. I do not know the reason for that. Maybe he lost the video quality. I'm not sure about the reason why, but I wanted to share the whole experience of chat with him on my channel. And this is something, if we more talk about it, more people will be aware about how to come out of this pandemic fearful situation. And before we ended the chat, I asked him if I can share the Zoom session and the experience of talking with him on my YouTube channel, and this is what he has to say. Is that okay if I put my the experience of talking with you on my YouTube channel, on like the clips of this Zoom session that we have? Can I put that on my YouTube channel so I can share with my audience? No problem. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure I can do that and ask your permission. So
no problem. So you have a YouTube channel of your own? Like,
how
many subscribers do you have?
No, I don't have, like, probably 300 subscribers. It's
okay,
not much.
So
I just started last year.
Right.
So that's why it's very, very new. But I wanted to teach people about, how it's the holistic approach of skincare. More about the holistic approach of skincare later. We did talk about this as well, but first I wanted to share the main reason for this video. We talk about the psychological impact of COVID-19. I thought with this question many of us can relate because almost all of us are facing the pandemic fear of COVID-19. I had two choices, either to just focus on my own question or ask a broad question that can help a majority of people. And I chose to ask a broad question so it can help you. There was one thing he said during this chat really moved me.
So it's better to focus on either what you can do if you're a healthcare professional, so you should focus more on, like, say, how you can help, or even as a citizen of your country, how you can help your fellow citizens if you can in your own capacity. That is one. But if you can't help, and if you're not helping, and you're just increasing the fear and anxiety in your mind and in your family and in your friend circle, then you're just escalating the problem. Then you are a part of the problem, not the solution.
I want to be part of the solution so I can help the community, friends, family, and you again watching this YouTube video in the best way possible by being expressive about it. Physically, we know what to do, washing our hand, maintaining the distance, wearing the face mask, but more than physical, it's the psychological effect and the fear of what will happen to me, what will happen to my family, the economic impact of the COVID, how to come out of all of this. It's the mental pressure, where the answer is hard to find. And this is why I asked him about how to build a mindset to overcome the fear of COVID. And this is what he has to say. Overcome this fear of the COVID right now, like, what would you do?
It's an excellent question, actually, because, like, say, it's related to what is going on in the world, because it's not there only in the US. You are from US, right?
Yes.
Which city in US?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. Oh,
yeah.
The Silicon Valley, right?
Yeah, the Silicon Valley.
Yeah. And you're a skin specialist, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, I'm a skincare specialist.
That.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so the thing is, like, this whole problem of psychology has been underestimated, as per my viewpoint, across the globe, not just in India, but everywhere.
Right.
Everybody is talking about the virus and the biological aspect of it, because the virus basically affects the biology side of our body. But the psychology, the psychology side of this virus or this pandemic or the kind of fear that is there everywhere, right? This negativity that is there in the air, the negative vibes which we are all getting and we are all emitting, the panic everywhere. This is kind of escalating the problem onto a different level altogether. Because we tend to underestimate the psychology side of this this problem. I think across the globe people are underestimating the psychology side of this problem.
Right. Yeah.
So if a person gets a panic attack or if a person gets anxiety, then what all can happen, there is no limit to it. It's like, say, if the mind is in place, as in if the mind is at ease, our body will be in a much better position to fight with it or with any virus or any bacteria for that matter, or any disease. So if we just break down this word disease, what you would understand is, what you would realize is that dis-ease, when our body or our mind is not at ease, that is a state of disease. So there are two kinds of diseases during this pandemic. One is at the level of body,
Right.
which can be detected through various tests, which we call it as COVID and coronavirus and all of that, which can be detected. But there is another disease which can't be detected and which nobody is talking about. That is the mindset.
It is important to understand that the disease is not only attacking us on the level of body, but also on the mind, and they are interdependent with each other. If your mind is scared, your body becomes weak, and so does your immune system. Our body are smart enough to know that, and the spark of the fear you have, it can easily turn into a wildfire. I went further and asked him about how to calm a person if they have lost somebody in the family or the relatives that you know due to COVID. For them, it's a tragedy and hard to console not to be fearful. So in this situation, what should a person do and how to handle this situation? And this is how he explained. Let's say if you have to lose somebody in your family due to the COVID, right? So that's become more even harder for people to, not to say them, not to be scared about it, not to fear about it.
Right. But the point is, like, say, how are we going to differentiate between the biology and the psychology side of it? That's the big challenge. How are you going to differentiate whether the oxygen level that is dropping in the oxygen concentration level that is going down and that's reflected in the oximeter, is it because of the psychology or is it because of the biology? How are you going to differentiate between the two? And what is the proportion of psychology and biology in that? Because it's also a fact that a lot of people have got COVID and without any problems, they have come out of it. There are millions of such people, right? And we know about these people.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there are people who are getting severely infected by this, right? Who are getting panicked, who are getting scared, either for themselves or for their near and dear ones. And because of that fear and anxiety, this whole problem is escalating on a different level altogether.
The reason I asked him this question is that I have lost someone near to me and someone I knew due to COVID. But the common reason for both of them were their body immune system was not that strong. Let me reiterate what he is saying is that fearfulness is going to make our body weak. Also, there is no such measurement have been developed yet that can predict the attack was only due to the biological factor or the psychological factor. Taking medicine can help you on a biological way, but on the psychological level, you have to be strong. Actually, the psychological impact is even dangerous. We had a conversation about the psychological impact of COVID.
If a person gets a panic attack or if a person gets anxiety, then what all can happen, there is no limit to it. A person can get a heart attack.
Right.
A person can get breathing issues. A person can get a brain stroke. A person can get anything. And I think this is the biggest of fear that a person can have. That once this stamp is there on somebody's body, or it's like a report that it's like as soon as you get this report that you are positive or somebody from your family is positive,
Yeah.
immediately what comes to our mind is all the images that we have seen in the media, on the internet, on social media, of people who are fighting for oxygen, people who are lined up for getting oxygen, people are not getting oxygen. One. Two, we get images of those people, those who are wrapped up in like say bodies, those are wrapped up and like say in a crematorium and all those things. So the problem is like it's a very big fear. It's not a small fear. Is that we all are not feeling safe, and this is basically a need not just of a human being but of animals as well. Just to feel safe, just to be at ease. So if your mind is not at ease, you're not in a position to fight with this virus or any virus for that matter. So this panic, this fear is not going to help you in any way. Talk to any psychologist or any psychiatrist, they're going to say the same thing.
This psychological impact can lead to many unseen health issues that can accelerate your current health problems. He also answered the question of how to make your mind at ease, but first, this is an important part that I have to share with you. The root cause of psychology, the explanation of how the thoughts and mind works. You need to understand what caused the fear to appear and how the thoughts in our mind expands. He explains this very beautifully.
It's being said in the field of psychology that whatever your mind focuses on expands. Right. So what does our mind focuses on? Whatever information we consume through our eyes, through our ears. So whatever you are seeing, whatever you are hearing, that's the raw material for your thought. And this thought is not different from mind. Thought is mind. Without thought, there is no mind. So your thought, so if your thought is focused only on COVID, it's a very big problem. Even a bigger problem than the virus itself. You may or may not get severely affected by the virus, but one thing is for sure, because of this stress and anxiety, you will get many other diseases, you will get many other problems which are even bigger than this virus. May not be in the short term, but in the long term. So it's always better to be at ease. Now, how to be at ease? Consume good information, no.
He gave you the answer in short, how to be at ease. It is consuming good information, because all the information that you are gathering is what fed into your memories, and those will be the one that's coming to you in a flashback. And you already know what can happen if you do not take time to understand the psychological effect on you. For example, he connects it with a scenario that perfectly explains the situation.
What this virus can do, but what your mind can do. Have you ever thought about it? You must have seen it in movies that suddenly a person gets a news. For example, like say that person has lost all his fortune or all his money in the stock market or whatever, and that person gets a heart attack. What is that? Is that biology or psychology?
That is more of a psychology, like because of that.
Psychology.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because of that
Right.
happened.
That's a shock. That's an attack. A psychological attack, a panic attack. So we need to take that also into consideration.
Now, as we are all aware of the side effects of the psychological impact that can happen due to fear, let's look at how to be at ease. One thing you need to know: when you keep repeating things, you will start to believe them, because psychologically you are saying it to yourself, to your mind, and similar thoughts will start to appear. Another way he suggests to keep it at ease is with antibodies. And he is talking based on facts here.
First, understand the facts of this virus. Basically, this is not a dust particle that you can prevent, or this is not a dust particle which you can get away with. So across the globe, more and more scientists are coming up with this evidence that this virus is airborne. Earlier, it was thought that it spread from the droplets of water in the air when somebody is coughing or sneezing.
Right.
But now the evidence is, and it's a very strong evidence, that it is airborne in the sense it's everywhere. So it's like it's everywhere. So now the practical solution of this is not to think that we will not be affected by this virus, but to think that, okay, we are already affected by this virus, but now we have got antibodies in our body. That I already have that nature-made vaccine in my body, which is called antibodies. And man-made vaccine, I'm going to get it within the next few days.
Hopefully, it will be available at your place soon, and you can take those vaccine as well, so your mind will be at ease. And if you have already got the vaccine, that's great. But if you are still fearful, then you want to take the next step to keep your mind at ease.
I'm not saying that we need to just pretend as if this virus is not there. It's there. You're seeing it everywhere. But all I'm saying is, it's better. All I'm saying is, you will be able to deal with it in a much better way if psychologically, if at the level of your mindset, you are at ease. Because if your mind is at ease, the natural immune system of our body is capable enough to fight with any threat whatsoever it is. Or you can say in a better way.
Got it.
I'm not saying that if your mind is absolutely at ease, this virus won't affect you. All I'm saying is, if your mind is not at ease, if you're feeling scared and fear and panic and all of that, then the possibility of this virus affecting you or your lungs or your entire system or your entire neurological system in the worst possible way is very, very high. This is all that I'm saying. Like, deal with it in a very cool and calm way, because it is a threat, like any other threat. Right? So if a mind is cool and calm, we will be able to deal with it in a much better way. Use this time to read something good, to listen to something good. Right? It's not as if the world is going to end or something of that sort. Yes, it's a threat. And in past also, humanity has overcome a lot of other threats, somewhat like this, maybe on a smaller or a larger scale, but we have overcome, but we have come out of it.
Right.
So we will come out of it, for sure. It's just a matter of a few months.
Use this time to learn something. I started my YouTube channel last year when the COVID started and the shutdown was announced. I was in the middle of getting my license for a skincare specialist. Everything was uncertain. The spa were closed. Nobody were hiring. That's when I pivoted and learned a different way to share my experience and expertise. If you follow him on YouTube, on his channel, probably you already know that he is a really good entrepreneur, as I would see him as a visionary entrepreneur. So I had to ask him about his thoughts on how to change the mindset of people on a holistic skincare. Very at the end. It was a short conversation, but it was mighty. And before, I do want to touch upon the second mindset question as well, if we have time.
Yeah, okay. Please.
Okay. So as you already know that I'm a skincare specialist, right, from the description probably. So since the COVID started, last year I had to shift online for the skincare consultation and all that, because, you know, the store shut down or so I shifted online. And I teach people about like how skincare is not only about like products. Usually people think about, you know, when you think of skincare, it's beauty, it's products, but what I try to teach people is, you know, it's a lifestyle, it's a holistic approach, it's the nutrition that you take, it's the mindset as well. Right. Yeah, so all of those matter in skincare, right? So that's what I try to teach people, but it's so difficult to make people understand, you know. So I wanted to ask you, like, how to change the mindset of other people who has the very strong belief of certain things, you know, especially for skincare. people think that, you know, you use this product and you look like this after a few months or so, which is like true in a certain case. But if you don't make any changes in your lifestyle, diet, and your mental health, then those are not going to be helpful.
Yeah,
so
you will come back to square one, right?
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
so if you can suggest me some of the things that can help.
So what needs to be understood here is, like, say, first you need to understand the psyche of individuals. And the psyche of individuals at a fundamental level is the same. Whether that individual is there in the US or UK or India or Europe or any part of the world. The basic psyche. Basic psyche is that they want immediate results.
Exactly.
The basic psyche is that everybody is lazy in their lifestyle, in their diet, and the basic psyche is everybody wants a miracle. Everybody wants a miracle pill or a miracle laser shot or whatever to
Get
just
rid of
look
their
young
problems.
and
Yeah.
get rid of all those problems, whichever they perceive as problems.
Right.
So this is the basic psyche. So first you need to understand it and then work accordingly.
Please do not subscribe to this channel if you're not interested in holistic skincare, where to heal your skin, because this is what I do in my channel: make your skincare simple for you, cutting away all the fluff of marketing terms and brands. This channel is all about keeping skincare simple, working on your mindset and nutrition at the same time. If this is what you like to do and save money and time on buying the right skincare product for you, then subscribe and share this video so your sharing can help other people as well. I thank you for taking time to watch this video. I really appreciate your help, and I'll see you in the next video.